For the best in eyewear, call Dr. Leeks Optometry.
We're filling our landfill with root balls and dirt, and I've had a number of farm areas that have asked to have that dumped on their property, and they can help damp down the soil or the poof dirt, retain moisture.
Motion to approve.
Thank you. And for the grinding, I brought that forward, and I'll second that because when I pull up to CW, I don't smell anything down there until they're grinding. So the grinding will help reduce outdoor odors. Those are the two changes.
Okay, the only question I have is in this change, and Darrell, you might have to help us with this one, is that the items that are not qualified when they're not passing the test, how many of those usually go to some kind of a production activity, or does it all of it or part of it?
Not every one of the cultivators have the opportunity to take it to production or extraction operations, so some of the off-spec material could end up in the waste stream.
So what's the process of tracking? I'm asking this on behalf of the sheriff because she's got that concern. So how are we tracking that?
Approved licensees has a inventory tracking system that follows from seed to sale to destruction of the material. So all of that information is carried through to the state. We would have access to that information, but we are not currently staffed to follow the inventory control for each one of the ones. All of their information is currently electronically transmitted to the state. So the State Department of Health follows that process through and keeps track of all of the inventory information. Like I said, we're not staffed to do that type of detailed analysis of it.
What happens when it goes recreational? Do they all have to reform themselves and start all over again?
Medical marijuana is completely different from recreational. If recreational passes, the state will put down all their guidelines, all their rules, we'll have licenses out. The cultivators, who we have a few in this town, will still be able to sell, so we will continue to get those jobs and that tax revenue from that. They are planning currently to possibly, if it passes, to double the amount of dispensaries any county has, so we would have one recreational, one medical marijuana dispensary, and can be taxed differently also, which it should be and would be. So all of that is up to when it passes, and then they have a year to work those laws, and we will be on it and bring updates so we know where we're going.
Say when it passed it? I thought
I
it
said
already...
if it passes. Recreational is in November, whether they pass it or
For
not.
November.
Yeah.
So November 8th, if you don't want it,
If it gets approved again, then it's a done deal. Right.
If it gets voted this time, it is recreational's approved, but it's going to take them a good year to get all the rules in place.
with that, any other questions? I'll call for the vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. 5-0.